Brett Favre, gunslinger or fraudster? Well, as a lawyer, yes, I'm a lawyer. I'm going to give you 3 specific reasons why Brett Favre is guilty, and these reasons all rely upon evidence that has been filed in court, and they involve Brett Favre's own words. So what am I talking about? Well, if you haven't heard, in the state of Mississippi, Brett Favre used his influence by wrangling up a couple relationships, one with the then Governor Phil Bryant, and the other one with a Nancy New, who was the leader of a nonprofit that Brett Favre was using as a go-between, essentially to get federal money that was earmarked from the federal government to go to the states for kids that were going without food, clothing, and the like. And so how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to use text messages that have been entered as exhibits in different court proceedings as it relates to this particular issue, because Brett Favre has yet to be charged with anything. He's had to pay back some money, but I believe that he was instrumental, if not the centerpiece, of defrauding the state of Mississippi from millions of dollars. I know those are lofty words, right? So how am I going to do it? Well, I'm going to use my skill as a lawyer. Yes, I'm a lawyer. You might have seen me on CNN, Court TV, Law and Crime. I've collected billions of dollars for my clients, and I'm going to bring my legal expertise from trying over 30 jury trials right here, and I'm going to break down stuff that pops in popular culture, and I'm going to argue it from a legal perspective. And we're going to start right now with Brett Favre's case. And as you can see up on the screen here, we're showing you, look at, these are all Exhibit 26 from a court proceeding in the state of Mississippi. And this is a text message from Brett Favre over to then Governor Bryant. And Brett Favre states, hey, Nancy's reached out to a couple of people. She's still working on the proposal. Any advice, right? Okay, well, that's August 16th, right? We see at the top here. Flip over to here, August 14th. This is Brett Favre. He, meaning to the governor, he has said to me just a second ago that he's seen it, but he hints at rewording it before it's accepted. And she's like, well, that's weird. Like, I wonder what he means. They go back and forth a little bit, 2 different people. And then look at right here, August 16th. Let's flip back to this other text message, right? This is from the governor to Brett Favre. That's all I know to tell her. That's all I know to tell her. Hopefully she can put more details in the proposal. Hopefully she can put more details in the proposal. He copy and pasted straight from what the governor told him, pasted it straight into his conversation with New. Okay, so you're thinking like, well, that's not a big deal. I know what you said. Well, I didn't say it yet, but a governor of a state should not be instrumental in obtaining federal funding for a state project that involves a celebrity to build a volleyball stadium on the University of Southern Mississippi, because that's what Brett Favre was doing, and lining the pocket with his own money. Okay, well then prove that, right? Well, right here, just minutes after he copy and pasted the text from the governor, Nancy New knows that the governor shouldn't be pulling the strings on this sort of project. So she says, confidential? Do you get the impression that the governor will help us? ? Brett Favre's response. I really feel like he's trying to figure out a way to get it done without actually saying it. Brett Favre knew where the smoke was. Right there. Brett Favre is like, hey, he's kind of helping us, but without actually saying it, he's kind of helping us, right? Okay, maybe that's not super convincing for you, right? I mean, text messages straight from Brett Favre with the governor, copying and pasting it to people that he shouldn't. So let's go back to Brett Favre's frame of mind, right? That was in 2019. Let's go back to August 2017, right around when this whole thing happened, right? Here's a text message from Brett Favre to Nancy New. Brett says, if you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? Hey, listen, if you're doing all these appearances, which allegedly he was doing to get this money, if all of this was on the up and up, first of all, why take any money? Why not just, you're Brett Favre, you got enough money, why not just do these appearances to help out the charity? But innocent people don't ask if they're doing anything wrong, right? Well, okay, he asked if the media knew. He asked the media knew because the media would blow it up. They'd dig into it, they would research it, and they'd get to the truth. And Brett Favre didn't want the media to know it's true. Right there again, okay, you might say, well, listen, that's not that big of a deal. How do he know? Well, how about if we had a text messages from him to someone who paid him a bunch of money referring to them as Santa? Would that be enough? Oh, look at, here we have another net message from Brett Favre to Nancy New. Nancy, Santa came today and dropped some money off. Smile, smile, thank you. My goodness, thank you. How much money was it? He's thanking her twice. Twice must be nice. And he goes on, we need to set up the promo for you soon. You're way too kind. What's the promo, right? Because he hasn't even done shit yet. He even knows it. He's like, oh my God, you're dropping off money like Nancy said. Nancy said, come on, man. Okay, so that's not enough for you. So for me, sometimes it's the simplest things, right? And I'm quoting, this is from an article in Mississippi Today. The document's entitled, Former Government Phil Bryant Helped Brett Favre Secure Welfare Funding for Volleyball Stadium. Texts reveal, when Mississippi Today asked Favre by text, the text messages, they're syncing them, right? In 2022, if he had discussed the volleyball project with the governor, Favre said simply, no. Okay. We just saw text messages from him entered in court. Now Governor Bryant, or the ex-Governor Bryant, he's cooperating with police. Nancy New, she's all jammed up on criminal charges, and she pled guilty to her fraud charges in April, and now she's cooperating. But guess what happened? Here's just a little kicker for you. When the lawyer who was bringing the charges up for the state subpoenaed all of the documents related to the building of the volleyball stadium, the new governor fired that lawyer. Oh my God, right? Why would it, if you want to get to the bottom of this? And it's a volleyball stadium. Like, what documents can be wrong with documents related to a volleyball stadium? Because everyone's corrupt, man. And Brett Favre is at the center of it. Man, that old guy drawing plays in the dirt makes you think he's maybe a little senile. He's not senile. Man, that guy seems as sharp as a tack. He's shepherding that relationship to grease the wheels of the bureaucracy to get a stadium built for his daughter's volleyball team. Hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the comments.